Have you ever catch yourself doing something kind of weird and wonder, wait, is something wrong with me? Like you're mid-conversation with yourself in the bathroom mirror, or you've been staring at the ceiling for 20 minutes thinking about absolutely nothing and everything at the same time, and some part of your brain just goes, okay, should I be concerned right now? And the really funny part is, the people who never ask that question, the ones who are completely confident they've got everything figured out, those are actually the people science should be worried about. There's a psychological phenomenon called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and it is one of the most humbling, slightly hilarious discoveries in modern psychology. Two researchers, David Dunning and Justin Kruger, ran a study in 1999 and found something that will make you look at every overconfident person in your life completely differently. People with limited knowledge or skill in a particular area tend to massively overestimate their own competence. Meanwhile, people who are actually intelligent, they're the ones sitting in the corner quietly convinced they don't know enough. The smartest people in the room are usually the ones most unsure if they belong there. And the loudest, most confident, most "I definitely know what I'm talking about" person, more often than not, they have no idea. The Dunning-Kruger effect basically confirmed what a lot of us quietly suspected. That self-doubt, that weird discomfort with your own brain, that constant feeling of, am I doing this right, is not a weakness. It's actually a marker of a more sophisticated mind. So if you've ever felt like something was slightly off about you, congratulations. You might be exactly the kind of person this video was made for. Because here's what nobody really talks about. Intelligence doesn't always look like what we were taught it looks like. It doesn't always look like straight A's or quick answers or a tidy desk and a packed social calendar. Sometimes it looks strange. Behaviors that have been misread your entire life. And today we're going through 7 of them. 7 weird traits that, according to actual research, quietly signal that you're a lot smarter than you've been giving yourself credit for. Let's start with talking to yourself. And before you try to deny it, you do it. Maybe not full dramatic monologues in the supermarket, though no judgment if so, but you narrate things. You think out loud. You mutter solutions under your breath when something isn't working. Most people treat this like a social crime, but a study from the Quarterly Journal of Experimental Psychology found that verbalizing your thoughts out loud actually improves focus and accelerates problem solving. Your voice becomes a tool your brain uses to think more clearly. Therapists do it. Elite athletes do it. Apparently, brilliant people have been doing it forever and just quietly endured the weird looks from people who think in silence and wonder why nothing ever clicks. Then there's the mess. If your desk looks like a filing system that gave up, if your room has a system that only makes sense to you, researchers at the University of Minnesota are on your side. Their study found that people in messy environments consistently produced more creative and unconventional ideas than people in clean, ordered spaces. Einstein's desk was famously catastrophic, and when someone had the audacity to point it out, he said, if a cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind, of what then is an empty desk a sign? Einstein said that. So the next time someone tells you to clean up, you now have a Nobel Prize-winning comeback. Now, the overthinkers, and you know exactly who you are. You're the person lying awake at midnight replaying a conversation from 4 days ago, analyzing the tone of a text message for hidden meaning, and somehow simultaneously stress testing a scenario that maybe has a 3% chance of ever happening. Here's what a study in the journal Personality and Individual Differences found. People who worry more and engage in frequent what-if thinking tend to score significantly higher on verbal intelligence. Your brain isn't spiraling, it's running simulations. It's doing risk assessment in real time, preparing for outcomes before they arrive. Is it exhausting to live inside? Absolutely. Is it also a sign of a genuinely sharp mind? The research says yes. And then there's the need for solitude. Not shyness, not social anxiety, just a deep, almost physical need to be alone and unbothered. Research from the British Journal of Psychology found that highly intelligent people actually experience less satisfaction with frequent socializing and report feeling genuinely happier with more time to themselves. The theory behind it, called the Savannah hypothesis, suggests that smarter individuals have evolved past needing constant social contact to feel fulfilled. You're not antisocial, you're not broken, you're just efficiently evolved. Feel free to use that exact phrase the next time someone asks why you left the party early. Night owls, your turn. If you come alive at 11 p.m., if your best thinking happens somewhere between midnight and 2 a.m., if mornings feel like an actual personal attack on your character, research published in Psychology Today links late-night tendencies to higher cognitive ability. The argument is that overriding your body's natural rhythms requires stronger executive function and self-directed thinking. Functioning confidently outside of what's considered normal is itself a cognitive flex. Your sleep schedule is not a problem to fix. It's just your brain running on a different, arguably better operating system. Then there's the people who question everything. The "but why though" crowd. The ones who cannot hear a rule without needing to understand where it came from, who can ask follow-up questions that make other people visibly tired, who have been described as a lot more times than they can count. Psychologists studying intellectual curiosity have consistently found that people who ask more questions, especially the uncomfortable ones nobody else wants to ask, score higher on fluid intelligence. You're not difficult. Your brain simply refuses to park itself inside someone else's conclusion without doing a full inspection first. That's not an inconvenience. That's literally how every important discovery in human history started. And finally, daydreaming. The full, unscheduled, mid-sentence zone-outs. The 10 minutes you just lost staring at a wall while supposedly doing something important. A study from the University of British Columbia found that daydreaming is directly linked to high working memory capacity, meaning your brain processes its basic responsibilities so efficiently that it has leftover cognitive bandwidth, and instead of sitting idle, it wanders, it explores, it goes somewhere else entirely. You're not checked out, you're running on excess capacity. The lights aren't off, there's just an enormous amount happening behind them that nobody else can see. So, if you talk to yourself, live in organized chaos, overthink everything, crave silence, stay up too late, question things that others just accept, and drift off into your own world without warning, you were never the problem. You were just operating on a frequency most people around you couldn't tune into. And now you know why.